welcome back. It's Felicia
and Rowena.
So today we're partnering up with Good Molecules because we really want to share with you guys how to customize your skincare routine depending on how you wake up feeling every morning. And this is one of those questions that we get asked from you guys a lot, like, can I use this with this, or can I switch this with this? So this video is going to be all about that, and we're going to be sharing with you guys our favorite serums because Good Molecules has a vast array of serums.
Whatever you can think of, they have.
Right.
And we'll be focusing on the three main skin concerns that we all have.
We all have.
Brightening, uneven skin tone, and anti-aging.
So brightening also includes hyperpigmentation and brightening and lightening those like dark areas, maybe from acne or just general dullness. And then anti-aging also relates to dry skin. And then texture is incorporating different AHAs and BHAs, right? So we're gonna be talking about how to mix it up, mix and match.
If you guys haven't heard of Good Molecules, they're a brand that focuses on effectiveness and also affordability. So everything that you see here is under $20.
Under $20. Like some
Maybe
of these
even
serums
15,
are
yeah.
$6.
Yeah.
And we really love products that are kind of no frills, straightforward. They do the job and help our skin, you know, with what we need it to do. So they have products, obviously the serums, but also cleansing, a toner, they have a booster for brightening.
Vitamin C powder.
Yeah, and not many brands have that, and 2 oils. So if there's something in your skincare routine that you're currently missing or you want to try out, you'll know after this video.
And if you've been interested in specific ingredients like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, or even vitamin C, this is a great way. It's like a great entry level tester to see how well or maybe not your skin will react to certain ingredients.
So let's dive in first into their cleansing balm.
Felicia's favorite!
I feel like the last few videos I've just been talking about cleansing balms.
Cleansing balms, cleansing balms.
So the double cleanse is where you start off with an oil-based cleanser, and this is their instant cleansing balm. It's formulated with sea buckthorn oil, camellia, and shea butter, and what it does is really just melt your makeup and melt your sunscreen away, because you know how sometimes sunscreen, it's like waterproofy? Yeah, and it's like kind of oily sometimes.
It's doing its job, but it's just there.
It's a little bit hard to take off. So what cleansing balms do is they really just like melt it all away. So it comes with a spatula. You take a little bit like this, and then the good ones will just melt. Other ones might be a little bit thicker, but when you massage it, you know, you heat it up with your body temperature, and it's like, it melts into almost a coconut oil.
It is, the consistency is like coconut oil.
And camellia oil is a really soothing ingredient that helps to moisturize the skin while it's like taking away the grime, the oil, the sebum, because oil attracts oil, and that's the first step in cleansing.
It's actually great for all skin types, no matter if you have oily skin, because oil attracts oil and it'll help you get rid of that gunk. Oil is also really good for dry skin because it helps nourish your skin while it's cleansing.
And a lot of people, especially those of you with acne prone and oily, are scared to use oils. Well, I was, especially when I was young, but that's completely a myth. It's completely fine to use oils if you have oily skin. If anything, it helps to draw out excess while, you know, like replenishing at the same time. And sea buckthorn oil is an antioxidant. It helps to replenish your skin's lipid, because our skin normally already has like an oily film that acts as a protective barrier or shield. So yeah, that's this one. And this one's $14.
Cleansing balms generally range from anywhere from $12 to over $40.
Yeah.
So this is putting it at the more affordable side.
Another thing with cleansing balm that you have, it's like a test, is if you get it in your eye, you know, when you're like massaging, if it stings.
Does it sting?
It doesn't sting.
It doesn't sting.
And then I also read reviews. Also, people say it doesn't like irritate or sting their eye. It doesn't leave that like glassy feeling. You know, sometimes if you get it in your eye.
If it gets in my eye and I open it, I just see like a white
blur.
film.
So this doesn't irritate the eyeballs. So that's a good thing.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Next, we have the niacinamide toner. So the importance of toners, they're so important. The main function is to rebalance the pH of your face after you wash your face, after you cleanse. Cleansers tend to be a little more alkaline, so it strips your face of the nice
essential oils.
Yeah, like the good oils and the lipids and all like the good stuff on your face. So what toners does is rebalance your pH and also helps prepare your skin for all the products that are going to follow.
Yeah. So Good Molecules has one toner, and this one's pretty recent actually. This is their Niacinamide Brightening Toner, and everything that you want to brighten your skin is in this formula. So it's got licorice root extract, arbutin, vitamin C. It's got the 3-O-ascorbic acid, as well as obviously niacinamide. So niacinamide is my favorite ingredient probably of all ingredients because it does everything from like pore minimizing to controlling sebum to brightening hyperpigmentation to evening out like dullness and skin tone and things like that. So it's like an overall great ingredient for every skin type.
And it pairs really nicely with everything else, vitamin A, vitamin C.
It's also not irritating.
It doesn't burn, it doesn't sting.
And it's like the perfect kind of soothing formula where it's very hydrating and nourishing.
I love the texture.
Yeah.
It's not entirely watery, but it's not like syrupy. It's like
it's in between.
It's like the porridge that was just right.
Yeah, the Goldilocks formula.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you put it on a pad instead of just like going into the pad.
It sits on top of it.
Yeah. And then you put it on, it feels really silky. So it works for oily and acne skin types. It helps to balance out your oils and also help with like acne marks.
I generally like putting toner straight on my palms and I just pat it in within 10 seconds, 10-15 seconds. It's like,
and then you just kind of like keep patting it in.
Yeah.
And with these, I think you can even layer it.
And there's no fragrance, absolutely no fragrance in this whole line.
Any of the like smells are actually all just natural. Okay, so now we talked about customizing, right? And I think this is where Good Molecules like wins the race in terms of customizing serums or even cocktailing serums. So cocktailing is when you mix and match different types of serums. Yeah, we're gonna cover 3 of the skin concerns that we mostly get. Let's start off with skin brightening.
Ding, ding, ding. We have the Daily Brightening Serum, the Niacinamide Serum, and the Discoloration Correcting Serum.
These 3 all have ingredients that help with brightening, making it more glowy and alleviate dull skin tones.
Hyperpigmentation, discoloration.
Yeah.
The Daily Brightening Serum is formulated with beta-arbutin and hyaluronic acid to gently brighten skin tone.
So with this serum, the beta-arbutin really helps to inhibit the melanin, which is what makes our skin discolored, or it gives it that dark, those dark melasma. And it's the second ingredient after water, and then there's sodium hyaluronate and hyaluronic acid. So it works to completely just like nourish the skin as well as brighten it. I was like, brightening, I would expect vitamin C. But then again, you can actually add their booster into it. So this is their vitamin C booster powder. So what you do with the booster powder is it comes with this tiny little scoop.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. And you can actually scoop this powder into any of the serums or any moisturizer you have to give it that boost of vitamin C.
Yeah.
And the good thing about this is that because it's a powder, it's not unstable. You know how vitamin C is like, meh, if it's exposed to
Very
air,
temperamental.
light, anything,
it
can like fester and become that brown color. Why I love this is because, you can customize it. And the first time I was like, am I gonna make glue? Because I put the serum on and then you just take one scoop and I'm like, is it gonna be really like irritating? It just sounds really intense because it's 100% ascorbic acid, but you don't feel anything on the face at all.
It blends in really nicely too.
The Daily Brightening Serum paired with like a niacinamide toner and the vitamin C, that is some heavy lifting brightening.
Yeah.
But not in a very irritating way. The majority of this formula is also hyaluronic acid as well as the arbutin. So if you're looking for like a daily brightening serum, I think this is the one.
And next we have the Niacinamide Serum, which is formulated with 10% to refine skin texture and minimize pores. The thing with all of the Good Molecules serums, I like how thick they are. They at first they seem very thick, but then they blend so easily into your skin and it absorbs so quickly.
It's like goopy, but not sticky. With niacinamide, because it is such a powerhouse, like a well-rounded powerhouse ingredient, it's not exactly as brightening as as like an arbutin, I think. So if it's like brightening you want, you can maybe skew more towards the daily serum. Niacinamide is like an all over.
Yeah, it's more for skin texture and minimize pores, and it also does help with brightening, but that isn't its like main purpose, because its main purpose is many things. Its life purpose.
It's life.
It includes many things.
Yeah, so that's niacinamide. Next one,
the Discoloration Correcting Serum, formulated to promote an even skin tone.
so this is probably one of my top picks for their serums. So with this Discoloration Correcting Serum, it contains tranexamic acid. It's not as talked about as things like hydroquinone, but both of hydroquinone and tranexamic acid is to really help brighten the skin. And they say that 3% is like the gold standard. And if you use this at night, the daily brightening serum in the morning, and also add a boost of the vitamin C, it's like the trifecta of brightening.
Yeah.
So if you guys really want that like brightened skin tone, I highly recommend you try this discoloration serum. I personally like using it more at night because I think the daily serum does its job.
All of these can be used AM and PM.
Yeah.
So as someone with very dry skin and freckles very easily, this is my jam. This will work in the long run if you use it for
repeated
weeks. And then maybe after a month or two, you will see a visible difference.
You don't really want something to go in there and be able to be like, oh my God, because what comes with that is irritation sometimes. But these are formulated very gently to the point where you can just mix them all together and use.
So my skin concerns, freckles and dryness, hers is
Post-acne marks.
Yeah.
So why I want brightening is for the acne and just like discoloration around the nose and the chin area where there is a lot of like trauma. But out of these three, personally, my favorite is the Discoloration Correcting Serum.
My favorite will be the Daily Brightening Serum.
So now moving on to our second skincare concern, anti-aging and dryness. Because dryness leads to like premature aging and fine lines
and wrinkles.
Yeah.
So the good thing about having dry skin is you don't break out often, if at all. But the bad side, the bad is that you wrinkle and
you do. Like you have to put so much more effort into hydrating because dry skin doesn't have sebum production as much, so it's not like well nourished naturally.
Best thing for hydration, hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid, but what they have on top of that I think is even better than hyaluronic acid is the Super Peptide Serum.
Peptides are the building blocks that make up protein. When amino acids link together, the chains they formed is called an aminopeptide. When peptide links together, they become the basis for all protein, the most vital protein within your skin. And the most vital protein in your skin is
collagen. Collagen is basically what gives us baby plump skin. You know, elasticity?
Yeah.
Because when you're old,
like
it's like but when we're young and teenage or even like a baby, we're like so round and youthful, and that's all collagen. So what peptides do is help to generate that. It communicates to the skin that it needs to produce more, and I haven't come across any serum that actually uses so many types of peptides, and this also has copper peptide. So once again, it sounds like kind of intense super peptide serum, but the formula is very similar to the other ones too.
Yeah, the reason why peptides work better for fine lines and wrinkles is because the molecular size is a lot smaller, so it actually sinks into your skin compared to using something like applying collagen topically that will just sit on top of your face because the molecular size is bigger.
1 drop in the morning and at night before oils and moisturizers.
But I like many drops.
So if you have like dull, aging skin and you kind of want to boost that like plump look, then definitely go in and try this Super Peptide Serum. I think it's perfect for that. But also if you hydrate and nourish your skin enough, it will naturally plump up.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of Rowena's favorites ingredients.
Hyaluronic acid. So works best in more humid climates.
Also, if you use a humidifier in your room, that works great with hyaluronic acid.
So what I like doing is I like mixing the vitamin C booster within the hyaluronic acid. Because I feel like vitamin C, although it's still vitamin C, most of these have some sort of hyaluronic acid in them.
Yeah.
So hyaluronic acid pairs really well with any active ingredient.
That's actually why I wouldn't necessarily gravitate towards hyaluronic, because I feel like other serums already have it in there. Because it's like, it's basic, but it's so basic.
Yeah. But I feel like if you guys aren't familiar with hyaluronic acid, this is a great place to start. And in front of them, the two teeny tiny bottles. One of them is the Ultra-Hydrating Facial Oil, formulated with camellia and sea buckthorn oil to hydrate, protect, and nourish. And the other one is
Squalane Oil. So I feel like if you have really dry and dehydrated skin, this ultra hydrating is really good.
Yeah.
It gives a slight yellow tinge because of that sea buckthorn oil.
This absorbs super quickly into your skin and it doesn't leave any sort of greasy film or cast.
Yeah.
I love this. I mostly use this, it's recommended to use at night.
But if you're maybe more combination or you're oily skin type, but you still want hydration, the Squalane, I think.
Because this is a much more lightweight facial oil. It can be used in the morning as well. Maybe just 1 to 2, like one of those like little drops.
Yeah.
And this is 100% plant derived. Not from sharks.
Not from sharks.
Poor sharks.
And if you have really dry skin or if you have aging skin and you wear makeup, a really great tip is to actually add a few drops of oil into your foundation or your makeup or your BB cream. And that really gives it that like lit from within, glow from within look. So these serums coupled with a facial oil for dry and anti-aging work wonders.
Wonders.
You can mix these oils into your moisturizer because moisturizers do contain oils. So it's like giving it a boost almost. Also, fun fact, our skin naturally produces squalene, which is different from squalane.
Squalane.
So I think this is good for those of you who like oils but don't use it all the time.
Yeah.
Like if you want to use it as a booster or just like if you use it every now and again, which is kind of
you
like
want to know if your skin reacts well to oils to begin with, or if you want to start incorporating squalane into your routine but you don't know where to start.
Ding.
The third skin concern is uneven texture.
Something that I think we all kind of face. And when you realize or like use something that fixes it, you're like, whoa, this is what it's like.
My skin can be this smooth.
Yeah. And what helps achieve smooth skin? AHAs and BHAs. Because what AHAs do, or alpha hydroxy acid, is unstick that dead skin and the glue that's actually forming on top of your skin that's clogging your pores. And so if you see like little bumps across your face, if you just have like unevenness going on, then I highly recommend you try this overnight exfoliating serum. So this formula has 8% glycolic acid, which is probably like the most loved of the AHAs because it does so well in resurfacing. And then it's got 1% lactic acid, which is a much more gentler AHA, so they work together. And then it's got salicylic acid to control.
0.1%.
0.1.
Yeah.
It's like low enough to use every night to exfoliate the skin. So this solution is like a little milkier compared to the other clearer solutions, but the texture is almost
similar.
It's the same. If you guys haven't used or you're beginning with chemical exfoliants, this is a great intro because it's not too much.
And if you are starting out with it, you can first use it every other night or just once or twice a week to see how your skin reacts to it, and then slowly incorporate it and let it become daily.
And at the beginning, you might feel like it's tingling, which is fine because it will slowly subside. And the more consistent you are with it, by the end of the week, you'll just feel like it's nothing. That's if you don't have irritation towards it.
And this can be paired with a niacinamide.
Yeah.
Because one of the other hats niacinamide wears, other than brightening, is to help refine skin texture and minimize pores.
Yeah. If you have flaky, you need hydration. But if you have little bumps, then you need chemical exfoliants. So these two for uneven skin texture, niacinamide and overnight treatment.
So that was all of the serums and different ways to cocktail. The last product is a serum.
For the
eye serum.
eyeballs.
The eye serum.
No, not for the eyeballs, for the under eye.
Drop some into your... That'll be pretty cool if you can drop something into your eyeball and then it'll help with your under eye.
And it heals it from within.
That's kind of scary.
That's scary. Okay, so this is the Wake Up Eye Serum with caffeine and pumpkin extract. If you were to use this for depuffing, I would actually suggest you put this into the fridge. So when you put it on, it's very cold and soothing and brightening. And caffeine is another very popular ingredient to put into eye products because of the like brightening effects. But I think this Because this is the same size as a facial serum, I kind of feel like it's overkill for my eye.
Yeah.
Like one pump is so much for my eye.
This is the one thing that I haven't used regularly in this whole line.
Yeah, like one
it feels like a serum.
Yeah, like I feel like I should
face.
just spread it everywhere.
Can this be used to depuff and brighten my whole face? This is a lot.
It's a lot. Like this morning I used it. Half a drop already spreads like this whole section. I'm like, this feels weird. So that's why I feel like they should have packaged it in something like this for an eye. You know, it makes more sense.
Is that like the same?
Yeah. So I'm not like a complete fan of the eye serum, but if you really have dry, flaky under eye, it's very important to hydrate that, especially if you wear concealer under there, because our eyes don't produce moisture. Like this skin is so thin, it's the thinnest. This eyelid is like 0.2.
It's like this compared to this.
Millimeters. It's important to hydrate under the eye and also like the orbital bone all the way up. I like spread it up here. And then also you want to like pat your eye products in because then it absorbs into the layers.
Best to use your ring finger because it's the weakest finger.
It's like the perfect pressure.
You don't want to like my dad.
Because we have different skin concerns, what would be your like top picks to add and to switch up in your skincare routine?
So for my skin type, dry, dehydrated, freckle prone, discoloration, hyperpigmentation prone skin, I would go with the toner, the Niacinamide toner. Because there's already niacinamide, I will skip the Niacinamide serum. But these two would pair really well together.
There's actually a set.
Yeah,
for
$20. I would go with either of these four, the Daily Brightening Serum, the Overnight Treatment, the Super Peptide Serum, just because it's really, really hydrating. I think if I had to choose one, it would probably be this, the Daily Brightening Serum. But it really depends on what your skin type is and what your skin type concerns are.
Because this is also day and night.
And then mixing in the vitamin booster. For sure going in with the oil at night. If I had to choose one, the Ultra Hydrating at night, because I wake up feeling like, I'm a new woman.
So that was Rowena's. Then for acne, oily skin, I would definitely, because I love my cleansing balms, have to go in with this and it works really well. Love the toner, highly recommend that one. And for serums, I would pick these two as top two, the Discoloration Serum and the Overnight Exfoliating. This one you can use day and night, and then this one is just nights. Maybe every other night when you feel, you're getting like congested or anything like that. And then out of these two, I think I would go with the Ultra-Hydrating Facial Oil, only because I don't use it that much. But if I do want to use it, I want it to be, So that is kind of like my routine. What we guys want you to take note of is more the ingredients that will help and work together with your skin to like alleviate whatever problems you have. And a lot of the ingredients and formulations cross over. Like what she can use, I can also use. And because the formula is so like gentle, it's like a starter pack of skincare.
Starter pack.
Yeah! So that's ours.
For the most part, it's not easy to mix and match a lot of different products from different brands because the concentration of their active ingredients, it might be too strong.
Too potent.
It might not play well with other friends in the playground. But for all of these, you can actually cocktail everything.
The moral is every day you're gonna wake up and your skin is gonna feel a little bit different. Maybe it's gonna be the same for like a week and then something will happen, you have a breakout, and then it's very important to know when those skin conditions happen, what you need to like substitute in. And so that's where this kind of like plays together. So don't feel like you have to keep up your skincare routine for like years and years, because your skin does change, you're growing, the environments are changing. So like the more we can read that and kind of project what's gonna happen, the more we can heal our skin.
So in the world that we currently live in, when you can spend upward of $50 on one single product, I think this is very affordable, where you can get all of these serums for a little over $50.
Yeah, so they have different sets. If it's brightening, there's a brightening set that includes the toner and one of the serums, but there's also like a master set that gives you
everything.
So all of this will be linked below. Thank you, Good Molecules, for helping us share this with you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.